Mike Jones here with Ken's with the Back to School Bash. Sony AM/FM CD with Bluetooth, just $99. And guess what? We install it for free. Touchscreen radio starting at $188. Best names in the business. Come see us at Ken's at Macon and Warner Robins. Mike Jones here with Ken's. We have a brand new show. You know, my brother Kenny and I are partners. My dad and his brother started our company 41 years ago. Now, you've heard this opening before, but what I want to do is make sure you see what's behind me. Tech support is a very big deal of who we are. We do not carry a brand that we cannot repair. When I say repair, we have folks that work in that area. You see all those TVs waiting to be worked on because we're the only people that repair. We sell, install, and repair, and that's exactly who the Jones family is. Now, we have a store in Macon and a store in Warner Robins, and we do audio, video, side-by-sides, boats, tractors, lawnmowers, yes, lawnmowers. We do grills, we do the craziest stuff. We do tons of churches, security. Really, if you can dream it, and it has to do with audio and video and security, I promise you, these brainiacs that work for us are absolutely the people for the job. This show's gonna be awesome. Let's get inside and check it all out. All right, now we got some killer specials for the month of August. Let me tell you, can you believe it's August already? Now, listen to this. Because of our Back to School Bash that we do every year in August, and it used to be in September until something happened in the world, but listen to this. We have a Sony AM/FM CD player with USB and with Bluetooth and Bluetooth audio, which means you can connect your smartphone to this, right? It has a detachable face. It has a 200-watt amplifier built into it. Are you ready for this? This mama is $99 for the whole month of August. I'm gonna order as many as these folks will let me have, and I'm telling you, that is a smoking deal. This is $159 retail, so you wanna come in and check this out. This is such a great deal. Now, in the world of touchscreen radios, you know I've been talking about this $199 Pioneer, which is really nice. It says $249, it's been $199, and that is a smokingly wonderful, good deal, and I can't tell you enough. But I also talked about the ILX 650 last month, and this has been $399, and it's gonna be $50 off for the month of August. It is AM/FM. I'm sure you've seen a demo of the CarPlay. It does Android Auto and CarPlay, which means you can put your maps on here, your text messages. Of course, it has Bluetooth. This little funky little thing right here for your USB, we can put that in your center console. We can most of the times even put it into a factory USB charge or into your glove box, so you won't be holding that phone because it is against the law and we don't want to get a ticket or die trying to use our phone. So Alpine and Pioneer have really done a great job. Sony doing a great job. So when you go into Macon and Warner Robins, just ask them, hey, what are you, when I go to eat at Shogun's Japanese, which I love with every ounce of my heart, I always say what are your specials? And guess what? Most of the time, it is better than I was going to order. So guess what? When you come in, talk to the brainiacs over there and say, hey, what are the specials that you have going on? What kind of base packages do you have? Which, by the way, we have a $199, $299, $399, $499, $599, all the way up to $999 base packages, depending on what your fancy is. So if you want to have 250 watts or 500 watts or 800 watts or 1,000 watts or 2,500 watts, I have it all in stock. I'm sure you're seeing cutaway of all the base packages that I have right now. If you're not a bass head, let's say you just like speakers, flip around here. I want you to come in and listen to the Type Rs. This speaker is absolutely phenomenal. I'm gonna give you a little sound bite, right? Boom. It's just good and clean. I mean, I know that sounds funky because I'm playing a little bit of old music, but I have a lot of folks who will come in and say, you know, I don't listen to jazz. I listen to good old-fashioned rock and roll. And I go, well, that's the speaker that does the job. It's about $200 for a pair. Now, if you're going, whoa, that's way too much, I got speakers for $69 a pair. That's not a hard thing to do. But the cool thing you need to know is I have a display in both the Macon and Warner Robins location of speakers that fit in every size vehicle. And guess what? You may come in a tractor or a lawnmower that didn't come with speakers, and we can fabricate the pieces that fit that too. The reason I bring that to you is we just did a really killer sound system in a lawnmower, and I can't get enough of it. So when you come in your Ford F-150, depending on what year, it's going to have a 6x9 in the door, or it's going to have a 6x8 or a 5x7 in the door. We have all that fits. And guess what? In Chevrolets, anything from about 2007 and up, when you take the speaker out, it leaves a massive hole. I don't have a picture of that for you right now, but we have a kit that fits in that, so you're not just have something that's not mounted properly and we're sound properly. I put that out there to you because I want you to know that we go the extra mile for it to sound exactly like it should. So as good as it sounds in here in Ken's and Macon and Warner Robins, this is just a big giant room. Inside your vehicle, it sounds twice as good and literally will hold twice as much power because it's right there up on you. So you want to come in. Choosing amplifiers is important. So when you come into Macon and Warner Robins and say, look, you know, I play it loud. I don't play it loud. These are the things I like. Bring your own music. And these guys will literally let you play your own music, pick out the system. We always are in budget. That's the easiest part of the package, but we install it for free unless you do something crazy custom, which we would like to do that too. We install it for free. And what's cool is at the end of the day, if you have a problem, right, these are real human beings. This is not push 1 for service, push 2 for service, push 3 through I don't care. This is I call the guy I bought my stuff from and he takes care of it. And that's an absolute fact. Come see us at the Ken's and the Macon and Warner Robins. Let the Brainiacs do what they do. All right, now this is a 0-turn commercial grade lawnmower. Yes, I had to be told all the specs of all that, but my understanding is this is pretty much the best of the best. This thing is stupid crazy loud when he's out there cutting or doing what you do, right? He said, I want sound. Now, you don't know this guy. I'm not going to tell you who he is, but he likes everything loud. I've known him for at least 2 decades, and everything has to be right here. So, of course, he would bring us a 0-turn lawnmower and said, I need sound. So we did JL Audio Vex Pods, which are these right here. Of course, custom brackets to get them in place to make sure that they'll stay secure. A, B, they got to be able to handle the heat. Speaking of heat, we did a Bluetooth module we tied into the phone, so it's simple, right? But you have to have an amplifier. Come around the back here. This is a special custom-made bracket by us because of the vibration and the noise. We have to something that will be able to withstand that type of torture, if you want to call it that. And this does it. He said he's put his hand on it and it's crazy, crazy hot. But he's already been out there cutting, doing what you do, cutting the grass, and he said this thing just is louder. He said even at half volume, it was way louder than he thought it was going to be. So let me give you a little sound demo, and I'm laughing because this is absolutely nuts. Controlling my phone. My phone goes in my pocket. I can put it on Pandora and we're playing. These things are made for the weather. You've seen us put on ATVs and boats and all that. Completely weatherproof. The amplifier completely weatherproof. And I got all the juice I can handle. Can we do lawnmowers? Yeah, we can do lawnmowers. This is all. Okay. Can you hear it over the lawnmower? The throttle is up. Look at this. Ready? Hold on. I'll bring up the lawnmower.
And memories keep on turning to the rhythm of a broken heart.
That is crazy.
So there are theaters and then there are purpose-built theaters. Sometimes, you know, we do movie rooms like in a garage or the room above a garage, or we'll kind of like convert a garage into a movie room, and all those are cool, but this is an actual purpose-built theater, y'all. So this building right here is literally built. It's obviously goes out his backyard. He can come here. So if his wife or if his kids are out here and he wants to sleep, they can be in a completely different building, and then the other people can be out here and they can just jam out. They can turn it as loud as they want. They're not disturbing the house at all. Double layer sheetrock, y'all. Check this theater out. Let's just walk on in here. Y'all, this is gonna blow your mind. Let's check it out. Y'all come in and check this thing out. So these drapes were put in by us. This is a 133-inch screen. And if you just take a little pan here, Gene. So we have our RSs, we have some sound panels, we have towers, we have subs, we have a 4K projector, full Atmos, y'all. Now, let's get to talking a little bit about what we did. So like I said, purpose-built room. So my voice probably sounds a little different because there is no sound reflection in here. Obviously we have soft surfaces, we have carpet, we have double layer of sheetrock, so it's not just normal single layer, it's double layer again so that sound can't get out. And then we went and put these acoustical tiles in here. So these are 4 foot by 2 foot. These come in many, many, many different colors, but obviously we wanted as dark as we could possibly get, so we went with black. But when the sound hits these, it's absorbed. So you don't hear my voice coming from anywhere else. So you don't hear my voice bouncing off there and then coming into that microphone. You only hear my voice, or you only hear that speaker the first time that it's meant to come to you. So I don't hear the voice, the voice, the voice. So there's no echo, no reverberation of sound at all in this room. Because again, as many soft surfaces as we can get is what we wanted. So we did carpet and we did acoustical tiles. Now, this screen is behind drapes. So because we didn't want to try to mash in a little acoustical tile, we just draped the whole front wall. Now, the sound, most of it is coming straight back towards the audience. There's not a lot coming back this way. So it's not as important to acoustical tile the front, but we still wanted that cool theater look. So this is form and function kind of combined all in one. So we wanted the form to look pretty and look like the movie theater, but we wanted it to function at its absolute utmost top-notch quality. So we have drapes here. Obviously we did drapes on the back wall because our equipment is actually in this room over here, so we didn't want to see anything in here as far as equipment, DVDs, all the stuff. So we'll show a cutaway of that, of just that little closet room. So that's behind here, so we had to drape that off, and we have a perfectly rectangular room. Now y'all, we measured out and we spec'd out everything with Yamaha and clips, and we talked to all of our reps, and we just figured out what the absolute best. This is actually a 9.2.4 setup, so it's a Dolby Atmos. We have 9 regular channels, we have 2 subwoofers, and we actually have 4 Atmos speakers, which you cannot see because we painted the grills black. Again, everything's black and dark, everything blends in. So it's a 9.2.4. Y'all, it sounds incredible. Let me just let this thing do what it does best, and that is beat your brains out.
Let's get out of here. We're moving. Basement.
So as loud as that is, everything is so clear and crisp. Still, you can't even turn it down. Like those acoustical tiles, like I'm smiling and grinning because those acoustical tiles really do just absorb all the sound. So unless your sound is like purposeful, like I am talking to the camera, if I'm talking this way, it's way less than if I'm actually talking to this camera. So because that sound is so dead, we had to up the power. So Yamaha came through and they gave us a whole bunch of power, which we need because you see these speakers right here. These are some big mamas, and those are actually his old. So these are RF7 1s. They actually have RF7 3s out now. So these are older speakers. They're his, and this is kind of what sparked it. He's just like, you know what? I want a real clips theater, and so we went all clips, y'all. 133-inch 4K screen, 4K projector in the back, Yamaha 120 watts per channel, 9.2.4, and y'all, it is unbelievable. One of the best sounding theaters I've been in personally.
What we do here
not even
is
home
science.
theaters.
Because if we don't do it, somebody else will. Because you cannot stop technology.
Okay, Camaro. Not like a regular Camaro, like an amazing Camaro. Now this car is beautiful, silver on red. I'm sure you're seeing a cutaway of the outside right now. It is stunningly beautiful to look at. Now, that being said, it had a really old CD player in, I think I got this one right here. It really had this in there, which is really very bad. About 18 watts, didn't sound good, and had really like off speaker. Because a lot of the Camaros in the old days came with off speaker in the back, or 2 speakers, but definitely no type of enveloping sound or big bass. Of course, that's not the way it was in the 67, 68, 69 world. Now, custom console was in place. You're seeing that now. This is the custom console. We came in and modified. This is Alpine, their new series 172s and 175s. They are AM, FM, CD. They have a place you can plug your phone or plug in a thumb drive, a mini input, and you can add XM if you choose to, but they have great sound clarity. That is what Alpine does. Most of the time, folks do not like to cut the doors on the classic Camaros, and so they like to put them in the console. Most of the time a 4-inch goes, but we got a 5-inch two-way in there, and that is absolute perfection. That is beautiful. Now, we did all Alpine. He said, I remember in the day Alpine was the cleanest. I said, well, still today, they are the very cleanest. We redid the rear deck, and you can see back there, that's an Alpine 6x9s in the back. I'm going to show you the trunk in a minute, but I got to let you hear the sound demo. It takes a long time to do these because you have to be able to dynamite these cars because they rattle really, really bad when you put big bass in there. So we took our time, we stripped it down. Now, on a side note, Rogers Upholstery came in. These seats, they just had some really bad stitching and stuff in, and he redid these in this kind of factory feel red leather, and I think it is absolutely perfect. When the client chose the color, and then we chose Rogers to get it all put into place, and it just turned out perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, back to the sound. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little demo. Hey, I hope this can duplicate what you can hear. Here we go, listen to this. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. The high, perfect, bass, pounding, just solid, no rattle, no nothing. It's everywhere. Wow, man. Listen, dude, I'm an 80s super freak, okay? I love my disco music. I like to dance, okay? But that makes me fall in love with AC/DC again. I'm just letting you know. Perfect. Now, I'm going to show you the trunk because you deserve to see the trunk. And I'm letting you know the brains, the rocket scientists that do what they do for us. Let's go to the back and I'll freak you out a little bit. Now, I'm just preparing you. Okay, so what he said is, I want it to be custom. I want you to choose a design. So I designed the system because he kind of gave me some freedom there. A lot of times we show the amplifiers and the speakers, but he said, I wanted something that kind of envelops what the car is. Ready for this? This is straight up bad to the bone. The SS is etched by our CNC machine in plexiglass. The Camaro logo matches the factory logos that are on the front fenders. And he had some of these factory panels that we had to kind of custom fit. We went and bought the same material that we put on the seats. And look, ready? Look, this actually pins up and down. So when he closes, it shuts off, lets it out, it cuts on. It's absolutely unbelievable. He said, I just need enough room for a lunchbox. He's got enough room for some golf clubs. And we've got a 12-inch Alpine Type R, a big Alpine 5-channel amp, all Alpine speakers, Alpine head unit. And look, I mean, folks, no way it gets better than this. I look forward, when y'all give us these challenges and I put them in front of those guys and they scratch their little heads and they draw on paper and then they come out with something like this, show-worthy, perfect. This is exactly who we are. Awesome. Now, in the world of mixers, you know, I constantly show you churches, you know, big, huge systems we do, and we're very, very grateful. But, you know, the average church in the United States is 80 members. That's the average membership of churches. And some churches are in the 40s and 50s in Middle Georgia, which is all perfectly fine, but it also requires less PA. Does that make sense? So PV is one that makes it's kind of a portable PA type setup. It allows me to have multiple inputs with equalization, sound equalization, you know, and a good 300 watts. Yamaha, this is one of my favorites. I mean, by a long shot, one of my favorites. It has proper inputs here. It does have phantom power. It has an EQ. And look at this chassis, how simple. Look how easy this is. I mean, it's just really nice that you can actually set this thing on a table, and it already has a 500 watt amp built into it. They also have some bigger versions too. They go from a 2 to a 5 to a 7. But I just want to make it clear, just to make sure you know. I mean, I want you to look right here, and there's the price, right? $399. I'm sure you can see that clearly. Okay, and then I want you to look right here, just right here on my box. So I am the same price that you can buy it online, but you can get it from me today. right? We also give you a 2-year warranty, parts, labor, and everything. We got our own tech support that handles all the service and stuff, and it's kind of cool. So when you come in, do know that I carry digital mixers and humongous and gigantic, wonderful stuff. But if you say, hey, you know, I've got a $1,000 budget or a $2,000 budget or a $3,000 budget, you know, we can start here, PV and Yamaha being arguably the best brands in the business. So when you come in, just come into the Ken's in Macon, and we carry all these mixers, and we're going to have PA speakers, we're going to have a whole display set up, and this is kind of a transition. Our store next door, which has been our Pro Sound store, we completely gutted it. We're starting fresh over there. So for now, though, I want to make sure you know, I'm still keeping every bit of this PA in stock. We're just trying to make sure we can service you better from an inventory standpoint. All right, the main thing I'm trying to put out there is, as we do our transition, like I was saying, we've redone everything next door, is I still have all of my inventory in place. So we, you know, service-wise, it never changes a beat for us. So I have the exact same price as online with service, and you can have it right now. All right, let me tell you something. This is crazy. August is such a great deal. Samsung, 4K, HDR, right? Smart, everything, right? And let me, this is, like they have their QLED series and then their LED series. This is the LED series, but listen, this 55-inch smart 4K is less than $500. Less than $500 for a 55-inch Samsung LED Smart 4K. I'm letting you know that is mind-boggling. That is $200 off of the retail price, and it is a brand new series. Not like you're buying some old stock. So when you come into, and you can also wall mount it. It comes with the feet right now, but you can wall mount it. Multiple HDMI's, USB input. It's just simple to use. Samsung does everything very, very well anyway. But I want you to see this when you kind of see. I keep a wall of TVs in both my Macon and Warner Robins location, and I have so many people in this arena that get really, really caught up on specs and price, and they get all caught up in it. They can't handle it. And it's not that they're not smart enough to handle it, but they keep trying to find the biggest and the best and the biggest and the best. And if you do that, you're never going to buy one because somebody always thinks they have the latest and the greatest. But we carry Sony, LG, and Samsung, and we service Sony, LG, and Samsung. That matters because I'm the same price as them. Who's them? Everybody else, if not less. But I have an installation crew and I have a service crew, and we have actually people that really live and breathe this, very passionate about what it is. So when you come into the Macon and Warner Robins store, you know, pick which size fits. Go ahead and measure your mantle. Go ahead and measure the height above your TV. Go ahead and measure your cabinet. Decide if you need a swivel mount, if you need a mantle mount, if you need a mount that just has some tilt to it. Go ahead and decide if you need us to pull power or all these things that come into it. Or guess what? My number comes up right now. I will come out to wherever you are for your business or your home, and I'll do an entire design at no charge, right? No charge. And that way we can kind of find out what fits your budget, which we always fit the budget. That really is the easiest part. And the good news is when we get done, it's a turnkey thing. You're not having to do one of these deals going, why didn't I just buy it at Ken's, right? You don't have to do that because you did buy it at Ken's, and you have somebody that can teach and show you how to use everything. LG, Sony actually rated #1 this year, and Samsung, I think they're the best names in the business, and it's pretty clear that I got them in stock.
Oh, hey. I didn't see you there. We're at Glory to God Ministries, and isn't this a cool building? This is kind of where things are kind of progressing. We just kind of have very cool metal structures, open beams, big sound, big video. We are responsible for the big sound and the big video, of course. So you have our PVX 15, so we have 15-inch woofers up here. They're gonna fly up top. Right now they have them sitting on stands, which is just dangerous because we have more kids in here. They're running around, their hands like to get on everything. So we're actually gonna fly these up so they don't knock over. 65-inch LGs are gonna go up top somewhere in this little area, y'all. It's gonna be big TVs, like I said, big TVs, big sound. We actually built this booth so we don't just do the audio and the video, we can actually do everything that houses it as well. So this is a custom-made booth that's gonna house our mixer. We're just doing a 14-channel mixer with some Bluetooth in it. We got our HDMI balance. We have a bunch of wireless mics, y'all. That table's full of goodies. We got tons of power, 4,000 watts going in here. Y'all, this is gonna be incredible. Check it out. Y'all, Chavez's got this new Bluetooth controlled light, so you literally just plug them in and you can change the color of the lights instantaneously, all from your phone. So I'm sitting in the congregation, or I'm sitting in my bedroom even, and I just want to change it. It has this cool fade function that goes in and out of all the colors that you select, y'all. Awesome, so easy to use, phenomenal. And here you have it, the finale of Glory to God Ministries, y'all. Very simple, very clean install. Everything is kind of here. So we did some audio, we did some video, we did some lighting, so we did it all. But we did it in mind of growing. So this church is growing, so we actually did all of this so that our system can grow as well. So we did 65-inch TVs, we did 2 of them. They are 4K, we're 1080p right now, but when we do want to go 4K, we can. We have 3 lights, but we have plates on the stage if we want to plug in more lights. And we have a line that comes up over the ceiling if we want to hang lights across the rafters. We have 2 15-inch speakers up here. We have monitor plug-ins up front. We have 4 XLR plates on stage in case people want to plug in guitars, etc., etc. So like I said, we're actually growing this system, and we have everything in place that if they just want to add a drummer or add a guitarist or add a bassist or add whatever or add this or that or whatever, everything is just kind of in place. But as is, it looks really, really good, and it sounds really, really good. Again, Glory to God Ministries, Bolingbrook, Georgia. Y'all come out, support them. Awesome.
All right, thank you. Again, I want to thank you for taking the time. I know it's 30 minutes, right? I have some folks who will say, man, that show can't be more than 12 or 15 minutes long because we go all over the place with all the cool stuff that y'all let us do. And I'm so very thankful. I want you to say I would not for 1 second would ever take for granted that you allow us to work for y'all. It's amazing. I mean, amazing. Y'all come in with the dude with the lawnmower. Let me just tell you, the dude with the lawnmower, that was actually when he walked in, he says, can you do my lawnmower? And I'm looking at this phenomenally wonderful lawnmower and I went, yeah, we can do that. I got folks that dream way outside of what Mike Jones thinks of, so that was pretty cool. Now, in the world of service, please know, I know I started this show talking about service. That is a big deal to us. I know that the .com world exists, okay? But when you go to .com, like when you go to .com and look at Sony.com or Yamaha or Alpine, I'm the same price and I service. So there is no advantage to buying online. You have to wait for it for at least 1 day. I mean, even if you're the greatest Amazon Prime guy in the world, you're still waiting 1 day. And when you want it from us, you get it today. So that's not 1 day, that's today, and we back it up by service. Now, if you're one of those folks that can create like this great idea or dream something big in your mind, I told you, I've got amazing people. They will sit down with you and draw it all out, and we can cut it on our CNC machine. I got my carpenter, I got my painters, I've got all these folks in place, and all their whole reason for being is to make your dreams come true. I do understand what the hard-earned money. I know what it means when you have a store full of luxury goods that people don't need what they want. I know what that means for you to be able to spend that money with us, and I will never take that for granted. And we have 27 people that will not take that for granted. You always know a company that how good they are as to how many people they've had for a long period of time. And I've got a lot of folks who've been here 5, 10, 15, some 20, even 30 plus years. Started with my daddy when I was a little baby boy, right? Now, I want to leave you with this in Ephesians 6:10. It says, feed from the, I'm giving you my words, feed from the power, from the mighty power of God. It said, accept the mighty power of God. I meet so many people that don't take advantage of the power of what God has to offer you, right? I can't tell you enough how important that is. I also want to invite you. You're going to see a cutaway right now of my church. I am a senior pastor this year. Yay! A senior pastor this year. I just became senior pastor. I've been striving to be in that role for a long time. I am at Heritage United Methodist Church at 4062 Vineville Avenue in Macon, Georgia. It used to be Bass United Methodist, if you know it as that. We have the most lovingest church family. I'm letting you know, it is amazing. We have a Wednesday night Bible study that is at 6:30, 7 o'clock study. 6:30 is for a meal, right? We feed you. And then on Sunday, we have a 9 o'clock Sunday school and a 10 o'clock worship service. I invite you to come and be a part of something that's truly a different way of worship. Yes, we do have traditional. Yes, I will ask you to tithe. Yes, I will ask you to show up. But in the real world, I'm teaching people about Jesus and they're teaching me about Jesus. It is truly about family. You need to be a part of this with us as we grow. It's going to be awesome. Don't lose focus of where we started this. It is all about God. It is all about God. And I am thankful that you allow us to work for you. Come see us at Ken's in Macon in Warner Robins. Mike Jones here with Ken's, and you all right, ready?
Yeah.
Say when.
Go.
We don't do countdowns.
Here we go.
Countdowns
Here
are for
we go.
wusses. Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Best names in business. Best name in the business. All right, ready? Touchscreen radio starting at $189. Shoot! Sound, weather. We control the weather with the Google Nest. It's a new feature. I had a guy just the other day say, he came up to me and goes, man, I've been watching your show for like 10 years, man. I said, that's awesome. Thank you, like me. He goes, man, you got some awesome stuff, man, and it's awesome to see you getting older. What did you say? Mike Jones here with Ken's, and if you want a connected home, we are the Google Nest Pro dealer. So if you need your AC thermostat controlled, if you need sound, if you need your locks controlled, if you need wireless security cameras, these guys got it, and we're the pros at it. Come see us at Ken's in Macon in Warner Robins. Mike Jones here with Ken's. We have a massive TV sale going on right now. Best brands in business, Samsung, LG, and Sony. And guess what? Middle Georgia's only in-store service and no credit check financing. 10, 20, even 30% off. Come see us at Ken's in Macon in Warner Robins.